Welcome to episode 127 of This Week in Marketing Show, also known as the Trim Show. This is your host Sajid Islam, and today I'll be going over the notable news and updates in the digital marketing space from the week of September 19 through 23rd, 2022. First off, I have an update from Twitter. Twitter has shared how their recommendation engine works, and as part of that, one thing I've learned is that they usually do not follow the social graph aspect. They follow what they're calling it is informed by actions you take on Twitter, also known as signals. Signals can include things like interest you have shared with Twitter, topics you follow, tweets you engage with, and even tweets people in your network. Based on these signals, they will show more of those content. And this is similar to, what YouTube has done in the past as well. And if you look at it, if you don't believe me, go ahead and try it out, where if you go and, watch a certain type of videos, whether it's football or whether it's some country, YouTube will take that as a interest, as a cue, and it will show you more of those kind of similar related video. So it's nothing surprising. It's a departure from what Facebook has done in the past and is trying to change. Is Facebook was based on social graph. However, Twitter is more like TikTok-y, YouTube-y, which is based on what actions you have taken combined with other things that they've learned about you. Okay, that's all there is. Talking about TikTok, let's talk about TikTok launching a new feature called Downvotes. Downvotes. It's not a way, that you would signal and say, hey, I dislike it, and you would go ahead and I guess that's what used to happen in Facebook back in the day when they have the dislike button or a thumbs down button. Is you could essentially have a group of army or a group of people who would all click on dislike at the same time, thus killing that whole post on that algorithm in Facebook. But in Twitter, what they're saying is the thumbs down button is going to be a way for them to be alerted to things that have been published that are not safe for the platform, and then as they get downvotes across the app, the content moderator can get ahead of the game and kind of take a look at it and see, is it really something that should not be on the platform, and vice versa. I kind of like this approach based on how they're approaching this problem and how they're saying, hey, we are going to give an option to the user base to downvote something. They're not going to see all the global comment like you see in Reddit, like 50% or 500 people disliked it and 700 people liked it, and basically we're going to allow them to downvote it, and then as it gets flagged in the back end, our moderators can take a look at it, and then they will decide whether it should stay on the platform or not. So this is a good idea. I like it. Moving on, TikTok also has expanded the description length to 2200 characters. Previously, it used to be 300 characters. And basically, TikTok is mainly playing into the whole search game, right? For a couple of reasons. Number one is younger generations prefer to use TikTok and Instagram for Google for searches. And in fact, someone from Google very recently has actually that's Google's senior vice president, has publicly acknowledged that TikTok and Instagrams are the preferred search engine for a sizable amount of young people. Number two is, now you can add a lot more stuff. You can add your business description, your product and services, blah, blah, blah. And the other thing is, if you're still not convinced, remember, Google indexes TikTok videos, so writing detailed descriptions can definitely make your videos be more discoverable in traditional search engines, right? Which is Google again. Talking about Google, I just want you to know Google Surveys is shutting down, and if this is the first time you're hearing about it, I'm not surprised, because I myself haven't heard of Google Surveys before today, or before I was collecting the news for this week's episode. But it was a nifty feature. I wish I had known about it in the past. I would have used it, but As of November 1, Google surveys is no longer going to be available, and your data, if you have anything, they're going to be deleted by after December 1st. Now, there are hints in Google's announcement that this service would be repackaged as a broader Google Ads services. How they do that, I do not know, but they just kind of hinted at that they may bring some form of that service back into the Google Ads. What was really cool about it was, like, you could actually say run a survey. Say if you're running a survey, you want statistical or you want data, like, will market and grow versus, say, marketing and growing would be a better name. You could actually pay Google, and Google is going to show this survey to people, and then they would vote for it, right? Which is a paid service. Again, Amazon has a service like that. I just cannot remember the name, but nevertheless, the update what it is, and let's move on to the next update. The next one, again in Google Ads, Google Ads self-upgrade tools are now rolling out for local campaigns. This has been covered in our shows in the past. The essence here is that Google local campaigns are moving away from local campaigns to Performance Max. Now, Google will automatically update your account if you're eligible. If you are not, and if you're eligible, you would also have an option to upgrade it yourself. And if you're not, then you will not get upgraded back up until October 2023. Not October, I shouldn't say October, but until 2023. Google is pushing Performance Max, and you should go move into it with some caveats. Again, this is a podcast to bring you the updates for this week, but one of the reasons why I think you should why you should or should not use Performance Max is you need to have enough data on your account, so for Google to make informed decisions, right? If you do not have that data, then I don't think your Performance Max campaigns are going to be any effective. Now, having said that, definitely check out our show notes page, where we are going to have some more information on what you can do, cannot do, and link to the Google's announcement. And if you need any help, reach out to us. Next up, talking about Performance Max, Google did. Ginny, Marvin of Google Ads definitely this week said, hey, you know what? Smart bidding can bring you clicks, but we cannot guarantee you a conversion, right? And it kind of goes very hand in hand with what I just covered, where upgrading local campaigns into Performance Max, which is a form of smart bidding or a smart campaign that Google is pushing for. And it's no different from say you going to the casino, and the casino giving you facilities and all these inputs, but the casino will never guarantee you that you win, right? That's not the job of the casino. And Google is like a casino. They will gladly take your money. They will help you get the traffic. And in this case, what Ginny Marvin says that we take many signals into account to bid based on the predicted conversion opportunity, but every click won't convert, and looking at one click is usually not informative. So this is this one sentence itself is very loaded. I can talk pro Google and against Google, but at the end of the day, before you jump onto any automated campaigns, you need to make sure that you have running ad campaigns, and you have an account that is positioned to take advantage of it. If not, Google will just take your money, and you're going to blame Google. In this case, it's not Google's fault. It's you, the advertiser, should be careful about how you're spending and which campaigns you're choosing, right? And I wanted to point it out in this episode is it's very important, because a lot of people run Performance Max right out the door, and then they crash and burn, and they think Google is a bad system. Well, people are making millions and billions on Google, and so are they making it on Facebook, and so are they making it on YouTube. It just depends on how you're approaching it. You have to grow, get to it systematically. Now let's move on. So here's an interesting thing, and moving on to the SEO front. This week someone asked, hey, if I see the ranking of my website or the traffic on my website drop after a core update, Google search core update, does that translate into that I have been penalized, I've received a soft penalty? right? So before I dive into it, I want you to understand what is a penalty in the Google system. In the Google's ecosystem, or the Google search ecosystem, a Google penalty is a punishment against a website whose content conflicts with the marketing practices enforced by Google. This penalty can come as a result of an update to Google's ranking algorithm or a manual review that suggests a web page used black hat SEO tactics, right? So that's what a penalty is at a high level. Now, a soft penalty has been a term that has been used in the SEO industry for over 22 years or more maybe, and it actually never existed, but this is something just said, oh, your ranking dropped, and some SEO guys are going to say, oh, you've received a soft penalty. But Google, right, this week came out and they basically clarified, look, there is no soft, medium, hard penalty. There is only one type of penalty, it's penalty. Right, and if you get a penalty, you will know you have received a penalty, and up until then there is nothing else. If you see a ranking drop after a core update, again Google search core update, and what those are those occasional updates, major updates that Google will do. For example, if you've been following our show, a few weeks ago we talked about helpful content update, which was a core update. Every month Google does a core update. Like this month September, they're doing Google product review core updates. Again, they're going about product that you're selling on Google or through Google Shopping, and they're gonna go ahead and do some algorithm tweaks, and that they have to do to optimize and keep the scammers and the bad actors at bay. Having said that, what Google is saying, hey, if you see a ranking drop after a core update, then maybe because, go ahead and check out what this core update was all about. Again, let's take helpful content update. Maybe your content is not what Google likes. Maybe, you need to rewrite your content. Go ahead and look at your website quality issues. Go ahead and look at your website technology. Is it loading fast? If your competitors are surfacing higher than you are, check out your competitor and see what kind of content they have and what could be the reason why their content is surfacing over your content, and find the delta and go improve your content. That's what Google is saying. That's Google's official recommendation. Now, this is a loaded advice, and this is why you, the business owner, should not be doing this. You should have a professional helping you who does this on a regular basis. Now, also having said that, I know there are a lot of shady, dodgy professionals out there who have not done it, who are talkers, who are not doers. You have to find it. Just how, if you're going to have a surgery, you would go around and vet and find the best surgery best surgeon for you, rather than just blindly picking one from the phone book, right? So having said that, hope this helps. Let's move on to the next one. And before I go, I just want you to say, your website is one of the biggest generators, should be your biggest generator of big business or new businesses. If you need any help, reach out to us. Next update is a big one for me, is SEMRush partners with Wix. And what this means is that Wix users will be able to get SEMRush data onto the Wix dashboard, and they can do a lot of SEO stuff right from the Wix dashboard. I like it, if you ask me, and because SEMRush, I believe when I was checking, their cheapest pricing was $120 a month. It drops to $99 a month if you sign up for a year. Imagine, and Wix's cheapest plan is $16 a month. Imagine you could, theoretically speaking, I haven't tried it out, but I do want to try it out. You could create a Wix account and you could run a lot of the SEO data stuff, do a lot of query and things like that. And, you can look into it and then move on to your website, things like that. Now, having said that, if you're already paying $16 to Wix, you may want to have your own website on Wix. So I guess I'm promoting Wix for some reason or the other, but I just wanted you to know that this is an opportunity for you to get high quality SEO data and use it to your advantage. That's all. Next up is that, and this is the last update for this week, is that someone asked, hey, if a site does not have a robots meta tag, does this affect ranking negatively? What are meta tags? Robot meta tags are some things that you and I do not see when we go visit a web page, whether it's google.com or cnn.com or foxnews.com, whatever it is. We don't see it because it's behind the scenes. It's actually meant for robots and code to see. It's at the top of the web HTML code near the head. So To break it down, Google's John Mueller says, you know what? It doesn't. The short answer is it really doesn't. But the long answer is that it can influence a click-through rate. Basically, it can influence higher clicks to your website, because what Google does is that Google will go read the meta descriptions and the robot meta tags, and it will kind of create a search snippet. Again, this is something we have covered in the past. Search snippet is something that you will see when the search result is shown. And when you search for anything, doesn't matter what it is, you will see the link to the website, as well as a snippet of what is this. What was the result of that search query that you have searched for, found on this page. So it's helpful from that way. So you could use the robot meta tags, meta robot tags to influence what is shown on the search snippet or search results page. However, what it doesn't have a direct correlation that, if you have good robot meta tags, that means, or meta robot tags, that means you will surface higher and you will get better rankings. It's not the case. But when Google sees that people are clicking on your link or on your website, and then they're spending more time on your website, again, this is a signal back to Google saying that you have high quality content. So it all comes down to Google saying, have high quality content, have better meta tags, and all you can do is win. Win is guaranteed for you. Having said that, folks, that's it for this week in marketing. Now you know everything to be in the know. If you'd like to read more, make sure you visit our show page where you'll find the links to the articles. Once again, this is the host Sajid Islam signing off. Until next week, take care. Bye-bye.